Hi, you're watching the Clubz. Yeah, TBS channel 44. Yeah, or online. Important. Okay, so let's get started. So today we're going to talk about tips and tricks for DJs. Okay, so the first thing we're going to discuss are levels. So a lot of people think that the louder you go, the better it sounds, but this is of course false. And it might hurt your head, but the more you turn it up, sometimes the quieter it sounds. Now it's all about a dynamic range. So when you increase the size of a wave, the tops and the bottoms get clipped off, and often it doesn't allow the speaker to breathe as much, making it quieter. So the very best thing is to actually make sure that you don't hit red at any point. However, there is another thing you need to look out for when you're thinking about levels, and that is the difference in between your different tracks. So, for instance, some levels on some tracks will be significantly higher than others. And because decibels is actually a logarithmic scale. So every 1 unit you go up, it's an almost exponential growth. So you want to make sure that when you play your next track, skip to a point at which it's at its loudest. And then what you can do is look at the lines and see if they match. You're looking for very, very similar sort of equalizer line setup between the one that's playing and the one that's playing in your headphones. Then you know when you drop it in, you're not going to get either a deafening blow or something too quiet. The most important thing actually for a promoter is to make sure that you're there on time. It's really easy to turn up late, but the most important thing is for you to be professional, is that you're there at least an hour before your set. A lot of people like to rock up just 5 minutes before, but it's really, really frowned upon. And also it leaves a promoter panicking. And unless they know you really well, it's likely they might not book you again. So turn up at least an hour before, and that way you'll be able to judge not just the music styles that have been played, but also the different mix of the crowd. So the things you need to be looking out for is the difference between male and female ratio, also to see whether they're tired or whether they're energetic. Often if you turn up just instantly, you can't tell if they're on the way up or on the way back down again. Finally, it's really important not to play the same tracks over and over again. It's a surefire way to kill a night. So make sure you turn up early, listen and hang out with the crowd, see how it's all going. Are you a really boring DJ? Do you ever think, oh my God, that person is sending me to sleep? Well, don't let it be you. There are a few things you need to do. Number one is to lead by example. So make sure you're promoting the crowd. You're pumping your fists, you're making sure people hear you, and you're being present. Although make sure that not every situation needs fist pumping. If you're DJing at a funeral or at a lounge, then definitely none of that. The point is that you're meant to be leading the crowd. If you're DJing lounge music, then you need to be a little bit bouncy and a little bit floaty. If you're playing anything harder or lifting, you need to let people know. If you're not enjoying it, who the hell bloody should be? The most important thing as well is to make sure you're making eye contact with the crowd. Even if sometimes you're a person that doesn't naturally like to make eye contact with someone, you have to make the effort. So look at them, pick people out of the crowd, stare at them, make sure that they're noticing you, because it's about a connection. Obviously, there are some gigs where it's really big and you're never going to be able to do it. But as a general rule, scan your eyes across the line, across the top of the heads, and you'll be able to make contact with at least one person. Even if you don't actually think it yourself, they will at the other end. Anyway, so if you have any more tips, tricks and questions, make sure you fire them to us at Clubz TV on Facebook, Twitter and on the website. Until next week, bye bye. 1, 2, 3, action! Do an intro music thing. Hi, you're watching the Clubz. Oh God damn it. The third thing is passion. Oh, I think I just all said that stuff in the bit before. Yeah. I'm gonna go back and read my notes. So armpit hair. So right, okay. Serious.